Hi, I'm here at the House of Kegling, haunted bowling alley in Hamler, Ohio. And if you haven't been here before, you should come check it out. And I'm going to tell you the backstory of how it became the House of Kegling haunted bowling alley. So, back in 2018, I purchased this bowling alley and it was not open to the public. And I thought, why not open it to the public and see if I could help bring more traffic to the downtown and help out some of the local businesses, because of course it's just a small tiny village of 600 people, and I already had an existing business here as well. And so I bowled when I was younger, as a child, and also watched a lot of bowling with my grandparents. They used to watch it on TV all the time, and so it was kind of always on in the background. And my kids also bowled. And when I was a young mother with kids in preschool, I bowled on a league with some of my friends who also had preschool age children, and it kind of got us out of the house. And so I had all these hopes and thoughts and dreams of this becoming a nice place for the community and um, the youth to come into, and instead of them always hanging out at the hot pizza shop. Well, my daughter and I, my daughter who was much younger at the time and living in the house, and she often was here at the bowling alley to help. She was about 21 at the time, getting close to 21. And she was here often, a lot of times at night by herself. And I mean, it's an older building. It was built in 1949, and of course, some of the very young villagers here can remember when it was built, and that there was nothing here before. And so it's been interesting owning a bowling alley, and my daughter has had some experiences here. I've had some experiences here. So let me talk about our experiences for my daughter and I, not pertaining to the bowling alley, but just in general. I, as a child, would often sense things, see things, briefly, quickly, and would talk about it with my parents. I myself had an experience where I was electrocuted at 8 years old with a blow dryer falling into a bathtub, and I crossed over to the other side and had gone through the to the bright light and all that, and came back. So ever since then, I tend to pick up a little bit more. Sometimes I wonder, is it in my head? Is it really true? I don't know. I can't give you concrete evidence because my faith believes one thing and science believes another thing, and personal experiences tells me something else. So I can't give you 100% concrete answer. And my daughter has always sensed things as well, and had some experiences as a child, and she's made some comments growing up, so I knew that she was a little more sensitive. And my son, also, when he was very young, also had said some things that was of interest. Um, so we've always kind of believed that we've seen things and been, that part of the family that they kind of go like, oh, well, what are they saying now? What do they see now? And so uh, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe the experiences my daughter and I have had here is um, unique compared to other people, because we've sensed things other places, and maybe we brought this here. I don't know. And so when my kids were younger, my daughter and I would often watch some of the very popular paranormal investigating shows. And I've always been intrigued, especially after my experience with the electrocution, and always questioned what I saw. And so I've always yearned for the answers as to, was it just something chemically or neurologically that I experienced, and the vivid things that I saw. And so where I enjoyed watching the shows and always longed for them to have that concrete answer, you're always longing for more, because how do you prove? And I loved that these shows often were like, this is not a paranormal activity. This is just like, you have some leaky pipes back here, which is great to find that out, or it's animals or something. So of course, when things happened here, I wanted to know, do I have some critters here? Because it's an old building. How can I not have some critters here? But I have left food out on numerous occasions. And you can probably look around now, and it's not the cleanest, because I'm not in here very often, because it is just something I tend to not like being around. And so, especially by myself, which I am right now, but I'm very close to the front door. And I have the curtains open for some light. And so maybe I'm kind of babbling here about this, but so watching those shows, and of course my daughter, while she was here waiting for people to come in, would watch the shows on her phone. And I always kind of thought, well, maybe she's having more experiences because she's just watching the shows and it's on her mind and that's what's happening. I don't know. And she was scratched one time, and I easily dismissed it until we had someone here at the open house and they experienced the same thing. And so I don't know. I don't have an explanation for it, to be honest. But so because I have this nagging questions of why, and I'm not going to come here and stay the night. I'm not going to set a recorder up and for myself and review it. I personally, I don't think that I can. That's not something. I don't want to experience it. I experience it when I'm not expecting it, and I don't want to. I really don't. And so I'm feeling creeped out in here right now. But so we have allowed people to come in and do the investigations for us. And I had hoped they would come in and be like, there's nothing here, nothing's going on. And that has not been what's happening. For the most part, almost everyone has had some kind of experience. So not just the feelings or stuff, they're actually catching stuff on their cameras or their EMF detectors and things like that. So, yeah, so that's kind of how it started. And I don't always tell everyone everything that everyone has found, because I am naturally curious as to putting all this evidence together, because after all, it's an investigation. And I really, I want to know. And so when people say, who's here? I don't know. I really don't know. I can't tell you. And, I can tell you that sometimes it's not a person that's died at a place. It's the grounds. This ground has been here for a very long time. And I don't know. Maybe it's a loop in time. Maybe it's a loop in time of myself. Maybe I've come back here and I'm reliving being here at the bowling alley and being creeped out in some universe that's lapped over. I don't know. And it sounds crazy, but that's what's fun about it is, well, it's fun for other people. I'm just I don't know, it's creeped out for me. But yeah, so I look forward to all these ghost hunters and paranormal investigators who bring their devices, because I don't have any of those devices. I'm not that savvy in the ghost hunting realm to have devices. But I'm nervous about all the people that keep coming in, because are there things attached to other people? Are they attaching to those people and going home? Are they in danger? There's all these questions all the time, and that makes it interesting. It makes it really interesting to see what happens. And so that's just kind of where we're standing right now, is we're enjoying people coming in, enjoying what they find, and putting it together, and hopefully answering some questions. And also it keeps the building a little bit more inhabited by the living. And sometimes when they come in, I mean, they're keeping me aware of if there's problems with the building, and I eventually, maybe, I can hopefully preserve it as much as possible. I don't know. And will we open it up for bowling at some time? It's possible. I'm not sure. You never know. And that's something that's about me. You never know what I'm going to do or how I'm going to change things around, because I'm very flexible at whatever is going to serve better for the community I'm in, or the people around me, or what's going on in the world. And so I just kind of wanted to give some kind of video of how this came about. And it really is just like a true fascination. And I just happened to have a bowling alley a year and a half into, before COVID. And I think that maybe was a blessing to shut down during COVID, because it was just getting hard for me to come into the building alone and work on things. And in some other videos, I'll share some of my experiences, and maybe not just with the bowling alley, but life in general, so that way you know where I stand. But hey, when people ask me who's here, I don't know. Come in and investigate, check it out, find out. See, maybe you'll be the one that figures it out. Maybe you'll be able to tell me, like, this is so-and-so who used to own it, or so-and-so who had this amazing moment at bowling here, winning a tournament or something. And follow us, because there's some interesting things that people are coming up with, and maybe you have the answers to what they're finding. And which, we are going to be asking the general public if anyone has owned this bowling alley before, or grew up in this bowling alley, because there's a lot of families who owned it before. Pictures, anything that you would be willing to share to document the history of this bowling alley in particular, or anything surrounding it, just so that we can add it to the file. So yeah, I'm gonna get out of here. So but yeah, that's the update. Thanks. Bye.